Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're going to start actually putting the car into the scene as well as adding a few bits of code. So I'm going to drag and drop this car. This is taken from the Unity standard assets, so that's what I'm going to use for testing, and I'll drag and drop it into the scene. And I will need to adjust the scale, so I'll just double that. So let's put it in position. Okay, with that in place, if your vehicle doesn't already have something similar, you'll need to create these. So the first one is just a vehicle pivot point. It's just an empty game object, and as you can see I've placed mine between the two front wheels. And if we look at the front wheels and I expand these open, as you can see I've attached the wheels to the front left and front right hub, and you just create these by creating empty game objects and placing them at the same position as the wheels, and then attach the wheels to them directly, not to the main model. So with that said, let's open the script. And we're going to copy and paste this required component line, and we'll paste it in twice, and the first one we're going to change to character controller. Let's go ahead and change the comment as well, and the next one is of type audio source. And again, we'll change the comment. So let's just save that off. And now we can drag and drop our vehicle script onto our main game object. And we'll assign what needs to be assigned. So I'll assign the vehicle pivot point first. Then we'll assign the wheels, front left wheel, front right wheel, and we want the rear left wheel and the rear right wheel. And then we'll assign the front left hub and the front right hub. And obviously I will need to source some actual audio clips for this, but I'll do that in a coming lesson. So let's have a look at the vehicle. If we zoom out, if I try and get a good view, let's come to the sphere collider, check it is trigger and radius. So let's put radius. Okay, that's too large. I'll leave mine at 3 for now. Obviously this value will be different for each and every one of you depending on the scale of your models. But with that said, let's come back to the script now. And let's have a look. We'll create a new state at in the enum. Vehicle empty, or vehicle waiting for player, or something along those lines. And I'll just have to go ahead quickly and alter all the other numbers. And that one must come first. And you will see the reason for that later. But for now, let's just quickly go ahead and change all the others by 1. Let's come to the finite state machine. We'll copy one of the case blocks. We'll paste it in at the very top again. And we'll change that to vehicle empty. Don't worry about the red error. And I'm going to copy these 2 lines here. And I'll change the naming convention to that new state, and that should and has got rid of the red error. So let's come to this state and we'll say if open and close brackets, inside the brackets input dot get button down, open and close brackets again inside that second set of brackets, and we're going to put action into the comments. If input equals the action button, we'll come to the next line, and let's just copy one of the lines where we switch the vehicle state. And in this case, we want to state the changes to player enters vehicle. And we'll change the comment there. And let's come to edit, project settings and input. So we have our action button set up already, which is good. And there will be a lot more code for this function, but we'll get that in later, because we still have quite a number of other things to do. But firstly, let's come to the bottom, private void, and we'll create a new void of vehicle. Sorry, it should have been on trigger enter. We'll open and close brackets. We'll open and close again. Inside this bracket, this first set of brackets, we want collider. And we'll just say, yeah, let's just say vehicle collider. And let's come inside here now. And we're going to say if open and close brackets, inside this bracket, we're going to say vehicle collider dot and compare tag, open and close brackets, inside the brackets, and the player is what we are looking for. So we're looking for the player tag. Into the comments, we'll say detects if player has entered the collider attached, and if the player has entered that collider, let's come back up to the void start, and we're actually going to cut the start core routine line, and let's paste that in. And we'll just save that off there for a moment. So if the player gets too close now, that's when the finite state machine will begin. And if we come back up, because of our new state, nothing will happen until we press the action button to enter the vehicle, at which point we change to player enters vehicle. And yes, we'll need code for enabling and disabling the correct cameras, also the player game object and such like, and reinstantiating it. But all that is coming in the coming videos. So let's just copy the on trigger enter and we'll paste that in there. And we're going to change to on trigger exit. And we're still detecting for the player. Only this time we want to stop the coroutine. We'll change that into the comments. Now before we stop it, we also want to make sure that we stop the audio. So let's have a look. And we'll use the underscore vehicle audio source dot stop. So we'll open and close brackets, close that line off, and into the comments we'll say stop vehicle audio. Let's just save that off there. We'll just wait for it to recompile and everything is fine for the moment. Now, we have a car in the scene, but I will warn you at this point that if you try and use the car at this particular moment, it will not work correctly. And that's because we need to have the other functions in place. So a function that will disable the FPS controller and the camera. And then re-enable the camera here on the vehicle. And we also have, well, we're missing quite a lot of physics and such like for the car. So all of this isn't a problem and is coming in the upcoming videos, but I thought it would just be prudent to let you know now that until we get a couple of more lessons down the line, the car will not work properly, but after which it will work absolutely fine. So with that said, I'm going to leave this video here for now. So as always, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.